The history of the living land origin. This one I'm interested in. Certainly, oh, sorry. The living lands do not exist, but certainly there is an island. Certainly there are valleys, there are rivers, lakes, and mountains. There are trees and fungi in abundance. Taken together, do these not constitute the living lands? I'll concede that they constitute the description of a continent. That this continent lies north of the equator, and that this continent is equidistant from Edir and Rauatai. I will concede that this continent is real, so long as you and I walk upon it. We call this island the Living Lands, but the Living Lands is merely a descriptor of its attributes. List of attributes does not alone make up a place. I believe that for a place to become real, it must have a name. For a name to be real, it must have a history. History confers meaning, and meaning is given to a name by its namer. But the Living Lands cannot be this island's name, because I have traveled its breadth, climbed its peaks, and delved into countless depths, and I have discovered that the Living Lands has no namer at all. Unless the words we use to describe this continent, the Living Lands, were given to us by the godless. Unless these words have meaning only they could comprehend. Unless these words have a history only they could know. And the hessedity, the thisness of this place was lost with them. I love this, like, weird backstory of the Godless going on right now. I'm not gonna lie. The Godless might be some of my favorite lore in a while, and just, like, in general. I love how we're getting this in bits and pieces. A whole heck of a lot. No, I wanted this, honey. Thank you. So, like, that's pretty cool. Miss that so bad. Okay. That was such a wide shot. Okay. That wasn't too bad.
We make a good squad.
I literally did all the work, Kai. Legitimately, I did all of the work. Okay, good. Aha! Hello. What's this? The relic you seek is but one of many thorns in the rotten heart of this land. Claim it for a deer, and should its efficacy be confirmed, you will be appropriately rewarded.
Didn't realize the head of the Steel Garrote was into antiques.
That's weird. Girls shouldn't be into freaking antiques, right? Unless maybe she's just an antique collector. Maybe on the weekends she just goes and collects.
I see someone. Be ready for anything.
Antiques. Maybe on the weekends that's what she does. She goes antiquing. Hold on. It says optional. I want to go talk. I want to make sure we talk to the Oracle. Oh, we'll see what. Is this the Oracle?
My sister. Can it be?
What?
Come, stand in the light. Let me look at you. It has been too long. I had feared I was the last of us, but you... Oh, the very sight of you is a balm for the soul. I am the Oracle Sargamis, servant of the once shining god. He whose light has lately dimmed.
Yeah, I mean,
what brings you to this sacred space?
You named yourself after one of the early figures in Aethesian scripture?
Then Sargamis spoke, and his voice swept forth with the heat and force of the bright day's sun. Weep not, for the child of light has forgiveness even for you, if you will embrace him. I am that same Sargamis. Though it has been some time since a man has knelt before me and begged absolution, as Hamka did.
Wait, you are him!
The people do not hold to the gods any longer, and they do not hold to their servants. We live in a time of disbelief. The gods are absent, and have recalled their gifts from the world. Avarice reigns. Acquisition is the faith to which all men bow. But perhaps there is hope. You have read the Book of Verses, and we are here together, if only briefly. In this moment, we are not entirely alone.
I heard there was a temple of Aethys in this cave.
Be welcome, for you have found it. People like you and I once sought this place in moments of spiritual turmoil, when the world and our souls could not find rest. Moments of war, famine, massacres, when those such as us are called upon to speak the gods' wills and to lead. But I have seen not one of us these last 3 years, and it is rare indeed that pilgrims come to pray. Perhaps our meeting now is the work of immortal hands. I pray that it is so.
Why would godlikes visit this temple and not the temple of their patrons?
Godlike. Such a meager word for us, who are the gods' eyes and ears and hearts. We are the phenomena through which the gods experience the world. We are as like the gods as a finger is like a man. You and I and our raptured brethren, we are the gods themselves.
What?
That's all very poetic, but it doesn't answer the question. Is this place special to godlikes?
It had been once, when we were legion, but no longer. Our kind came here to find fellowship and understanding, in a world determined to bend us to its purposes.
Interesting. I've wondered what purpose the Emperor had in naming me his envoy.
This is a heavy burden you carry, to be beloved of both a god and a god among men. I imagine one cannot help but wonder, did he elevate you for your skills and knowledge, your strengths, your accomplishments, or for what you are? You and I are instruments of a divine will. In choosing you to be his envoy, your emperor ennobles his purpose and tarnishes yours.
Yeah. Did you build, like, I don't know. This conversation, I'm enjoying the shite out of it. Because it's true. Like, you have to wonder, did the Emperor pick us because of who we are? Or because we're talented enough to handle this? What purpose was there? Why us? And I don't know. I like this. I hope I don't have to kill him because I like him a lot. Did you build the statue?
Indeed. It has been my obsession these last few years. Hewn by my own hands from stone in Ardra, and no small degree of melancholy. I suspect it will be my last great labor before this body is returned to the earth, and I am returned to my god.
Wait, you're dying?
If I am, it is from an affliction that death will not cure. But no, sister, I am only very old. My light is waning. As Aethys' essence leaves the world, I am leaving with him. His essence has kept me alive for centuries, and soon we will enter the longest night.
That is so sad. You mentioned you're very old?
Indeed, my soul has dwelled in this form for centuries, beyond even the lifespan of the longest-lived elf. My lord Aethys inspired my birth in the same year the kingdom of Adir was founded. You might say my birth heralded the empire you now serve.
Dear goodness gracious. You must have witnessed some unbelievable things.
Many, yes. Some that inspired awe, others dread. For a time, I proselytized among the colonists who first settled Glanfath. I held the door of my parish church against an onslaught of Glanfathan raiders, and I watched them fall prostrate before my light. I tended the wounded in the broken stone war, the war of black trees, the war of defiance, and in many wars that were never given the dignity of a name, and since have been forgotten.
What a line!
I can
What a
hardly
line!
recall them anymore.
Like, no, that was really good. In many wars that were never given the dignity of a name and have since been. Oh. That was. That was fantastic. Did you ever meet Sir Waidwin?
Is that what they're calling him now? I heard the man that was Waidwin speak when he was but a farmer. He had a presence even then, furious, incandescent. It was astonishing, his power. I wonder, had my lord already made a home in his body by then? Did my lord share with Waidwin his plans to wage a pointless, bloody war while wearing the poor man's face? What a grave injustice, to have your body stolen and be made into a saint. Tragic Waidwin. Pitiable Waidwin. I grieve for what became of him.
Do you wish it had been you who had been made a saint?
God help me. I do.
That's what I thought. You spent a long time in Driedwood. What made you stay?
The Deerwood has been a
Deerwood,
troubled
sorry.
place since the very moment of its inception. Conflicts erupted as regularly as spring flowers, to bloom and die as swiftly. So, there is always some dark corner in need of light, if you'll indulge me in the metaphor.
Of course.
Truthfully, I had been jailed for proselytizing in Colplin, and it was to the colonies I was exiled. So it was the Deerwood or death. I had nowhere else to go.
Why haven't you died yet?
That is a question for my lord. I have asked him many times, but even when he spoke to me, he would not say. I suspect it is his essence that has kept me alive, and now that he has abandoned this world, well, I soon expect to die.
Aethys talked to you?
In prayer, in dreams, as I ate and loved and labored, his voice was a constant murmuring in my ear. But when I spoke to him, he never did reply. So, do not mistake his talking for a conversation. He only wanted to be heard.
Interesting. Are you afraid?
Not anymore.
That's ominous. I'm not gonna lie, that's legitimately ominous. Why not anymore? That was over 600 years ago.
About 630, yes. Give or take a decade. One does lose count.
I can only imagine. Why would you tell me all this?
Because you are my sister. And I want someone to know.
Know the truth before he dies. So you're really a godlike.
I am as you are, though I do not care for the word. Aethys the Dawn Treader is my lord and patron. If you will forgive me saying so, I am surprised to meet you here. Even before the vanishing of our kind, it had been some years since a child of Galawain came to speak with me. And I have never seen a member of the Lord of the Hunt's coterie whose visage resembles yours.
That's because I'm not... That's not who I am.
Ah, of course. I should not have assumed. I have had the great privilege to speak with thousands of our kind during my long life. And you do not resemble a single one of them. But if not Galawain, I cannot imagine who else among the Pantheon might have blessed you.
Truthfully, I don't know who my patron is.
My relationship with my lord has oftentimes been the one succor through difficult seasons of my life. I hope that when you find your patron, it is the same for you. May I ask,
Yeah.
as a god's child, did your earthly parents love you?
I believe they cared for me in their way. They kept their distance. I think they were. What a good way to build your backstory. Sincerely, what a good way to help define who your character is and what they went through. They kept their distance. I think I frightened them.
Yes, as it was with me.
Why did the gods vanish, godlikes from the world?
There are many theories, which the holy and learned of Eora have only just begun to argue. But you did not ask me for theories. Frankly, I do not know for certain. However, I believe the gods are preparing for war.
With who? Against each other or against the Kith?
A war of all against all. A struggle between destiny and design. Who yokes the soul of the world? Whose machinations turn the wheel? Who acts and whom is acted upon? That is the ultimate power, sister. The only power there is. To decide the fate of another and to make it so. For so long as we have lived, it is the gods who have decided for us. But change is possible, if we are brave enough to want it. And Kith have lately grown very brave indeed.
They have. They have. I've been hearing a voice in my head since I arrived on the island. Could it be my god?
I suppose it's not impossible, but...
But?
The gods typically make themselves known to us in our earliest days, before we have left the comfort of the womb. They are present in our hearts and mind before we even have a notion of I at all. I am sorry. Yours is an unusual case. Tell me,
Yeah.
this voice in your head, do you want it to be your god?
It would be a relief to finally know who I am. I want to know I'm not going mad. If it's not my god, I don't, it'd be a relief to finally know who I am.
I am afraid that not even your god may tell you that. Answering that question is the soul's true purpose. It is the work of your life. And I suspect neither you nor I will ever know for certain. We can only remain open to curiosity and willing to be surprised.
If it's not my god, I don't know what else it could be.
Other than a symptom of madness, you mean?
Yeah.
You do not seem especially troubled. No more than any Kith subject to life's uncertainties. As to what the voice is, if it is unlikely to be a god, I cannot say. It may be a particularly powerful soul attempting to control you, or the echoes of a past life. Perhaps it is the
isn't that
sending of
interesting?
an archmage, or some ancient construct of Engwithan make. Or it may just be the beginnings of the Dream Scourge. Whatever this voice is, I suspect only an expert in souls can say.
Yeah. That's why we're gonna go see a watcher. I'm looking for an expedition of my countrymen.
An expedition? I'm afraid I don't understand.
Right. Maps, ropes, pitons, rugged boots, water for days, people down here looking for stuff.
I am familiar with the concept, tomb raiding and the like. What troubles me is why they would come here. These ruins are not so different from the many others on this island, except that they are a good deal more treacherous. And this representation of Aethys we stand before, it is the work of my own hands. They could not hope to move it. Do you know what their purpose is here?
Do you really expect me to believe you haven't seen them? There's only one way through this place.
It's a reasonable question, I'll grant you. You must understand, this place has seen so few visitors for so long that I often retreat into my private quarters. To read, you understand, or pray, or sleep. Age has made me slow. I tire easily. I sleep now more hours than I wake. They could have already come and gone, and I would be none the wiser. In any case, you haven't told me what it was they searched for. Or do you not know?
They're looking for a relic you're rumored to keep here.
Ah, the splinter of Aethys. I suppose it was too much to hope they were here to examine these exquisite ruins. Truly, it is their loss.
Where do you keep the relic? What exactly is this relic?
The splinter of Aethys is a sliver of shin bone from my lord's Titan body. It was carved from his skeleton many centuries ago. Yet long after the gods left this mortal world to claim their dominion in the beyond. The splinter is infused with the very essence of my lord's power. To illuminate without fire, to heal without injury, and to speak without voice.
Uh-huh. Where do you keep the relic?
It rests in a shrine deep within this temple complex, beyond the reach of looters, visitors, or indeed, myself.
Huh?
The path to the relic has fallen to ruin. Some sections are flooded, and others are infested with all manner of creatures.
Good. I was hoping you'd say that.
Perhaps you might assist me with that.
Right. Here it comes.
You knew.
You see, this construction beside us is no mere statue, but a reliquary I have built to house the splinter of Aethys in its appropriate grandeur. It is nearly complete, and ready for the splinter to be interred. But I can no longer reach the relic on my own. Return it to me, and who knows, perhaps you will meet your expedition along the way.
I'll be back before you can say 10 praise Aethyses.
I am most grateful.
I love her humor.
Oh,
Yeah.
and please refrain from touching my statue or devices. May light illuminate your path, sister.
Okay, I like this guy too much to F with his stuff. I'm telling you right now. I could probably go and touch it and get some grand old frickin' loot. But I'm not gonna, okay? I really, really like him. I like that whole discussion about the war, though. Oh, that was cool. I'm not gonna lie, this is beautiful. Like, the gods aren't needed anymore. Or at least that's what Kith seemed to think. So they're, what? Creating the war to end all wars? Man versus... or like Kith versus gods? Just everybody against everybody. Pure and utter chaos. Isn't that what we're seeing? Is that what the Dream Scourge is in part? Ooh. Ooh, I like where this story is going. This is I'm not lying to you. It's a side quest. How? How is some of the best storytelling / lore thus far been a side quest? It's barred. Been a side quest. Like, I'm not complaining. Trust me, I'm just amazed. Like, this is good.
Roots clogging up this tunnel.
Yeah.
Almost like they're reaching for something.
Someone.
I see light. I think we can swim through.
You do? Down we go. Okay. Are we gonna make it? Okay. We can do it. Uppies. Okay. I guess we'll see what's up here first. Oh. There's more under the water, too. Wait. What is that? Oh. Yeah. What did I have him do? It like popped up, right? Did you see that? Did I mistaken something? Yeah, it's like, where was it? Hold on, do I need to be in first person? Is the first person, no. Weird. Okay, this is all so cool looking though. It's not gonna be able to open up that thing. What is that? In? Oh god, Kai! Is this a secret library? No, I'm done. I'm moving. Don't ask. No, bad spiders in my secret library. No, Kai, kill them.
Let's see what you got.
No, secret library is being destroyed by awful spiders. Okay. Rude.
Nothing like a win with a good team.
Kai, sometimes your happiness is hilarious. Okay, so this is the life and discovery and life of... Is this the start of the statue? This drawing details plans for a creation of a large statue powered by essence. The essence is intended to be injected into the statue by an array of animantic devices. Where such a vast store of essence might come from, and what a statue could do with it is unclear. Oh no. Is he not the nice man I wanted him to be? Of course not. He's a fellow godlike. He's not gonna be. Honestly. I like him. I might just let him do whatever he wants. He had some very interesting things to talk about. By the way, I do think he actually knows where the expedition is. I just think that he didn't want to tell me. Nothing is lost. Or everything is lost. Mm-hmm.